Hello guys, welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, it has been a hectic day at our house. Things have not gone to plan, and so therefore ice cream is required for afternoon tea today. Now it's going to be a late afternoon tea, but that's okay. Morning tea was late, lunch was late, so afternoon tea and dinner are going to be late, I can guarantee it. And I went searching for something to make to go in the cones for from yesterday. So yesterday you might remember I made the awesome cones. I've stored them in the vacuum seals from the mix shop. There are enough for one each left, so I need to make ice cream to go in it. And normally I do a fruit ice cream, but after today, I need something special, okay? So, and in a moment I'll tell you about my day if you're interested. So I am switching up some ingredients because I just don't have exactly what's needed. So first things first is some sugar. In that goes, and it's one of those days I'm going to put most of it in, okay? 60 grams will do. Okay, next up on with the lid, I reckon you could use a monk fruit sweetener. Those of you following along that's low carb, I reckon you certainly could. 20 seconds on speed 9, off that goes. Say hi if you are watching on today. I'd like to know that you are watching. You can see the sugar plumes coming out the top. Okay. There it is. We've made icing sugar. Now today I used it's an organic raw sugar, but you could use raw. You could even use brown sugar. It'll throw a little bit of a different flavour to it. But you could use a coconut. Did I say flour? Coconut sugar. I could have said flour, but I mean sugar. Okay, we're talking sweetener. If that's what you use, go for it. Okay. And as I said, monk fruit sweetener. So that's there. But as I was saying, say hi if you're watching on, engage in some way if you're watching the replay. If you're watching it over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you've got friends and family with a Thermomix or something similar, or they just like ice cream, share these videos with them, okay? Share them far and wide. All right, let's put in 2 egg yolks. One egg yolk is left over from yesterday. If you remember yesterday's recipe, we actually put into our cones, we put into those waffle cones a whole egg and an egg white. So hello Melanie, how are you? So that's one of that yolk. One of those yolks is from yesterday's white from making the waffle cones. Okay, honey. This is honey ice cream. We are using honey today, okay? Honey, real deal. But if you want to do maple ice cream, use maple syrup. If you want to do rice malt is less flavoursome. You will find it's probably going to dominate with the vanilla, not necessarily with the, stop there. Not necessarily with the, honey, so to speak. Next up, some whipping cream. Now, I don't have a full carton because shopping day is Monday night, and so I'm going to use what I've got here. And then I was looking in the fridge. I was doing the whole stand in the fridge and stare. What can I use instead, knowing that this was not a full carton and I didn't know how much I had. And I had a few options, okay? I had my yogurt starter. It's only 100 grams or 150 grams. I didn't think that was enough because it felt like that was pretty low. So I was like, okay, can't do yogurt, but you could do yogurt. Obviously, it's going to change your flavour a little bit, but it would work. I had sour cream. Didn't know how that would go, okay? Didn't know what that would do to flavour. It might be really yummy, but I need sweetness today. So I skipped over that. What I've always got, it's rare that we run out of, is cream cheese. So what I ended up reaching for was cream cheese. The other thing I considered was coconut cream. If I was doing coconut cream, I think I would have just gone complete coconut cream though. But yeah, I'm going to top this up with some cream cheese. I guess it'll throw a bit more of a cheesecake flavour. And that's not the end of the world, right? So we'll put that in. Okay, I don't know how much. I didn't pre-weigh it, obviously. Oh, it's going to be most of it. You know what? I'm just going to embrace the whole block. Let's put that all in. Okay. There you go. I reckon you could also use things like ricotta in this recipe. It doesn't particularly have a flavour. You could make it yourself. I have some milk that I bought discounted and it needs using. I haven't opened it yet, so it'll last a bit longer. But I am at some stage planning on doing that as well. Here's our vanilla. Yeah, and I could have used that. Yeah, you could make ricotta, let it cool and use that. I found the store-bought stuff that I used the other day for cupcakes. You guys know I usually use my homemade stuff. but I bought this for the cupcakes the other day. Hello, Carissa. Lovely to see you on. One last ingredient is salt. 1 pinch of salt. Brings out that sweetness. Okay, in that goes. Okay, on with the lid, and it's going to mix through for, I think it's going to mix. It's going to mix 6 minutes, 80 degrees, speed 4. Now, I'm actually going to spin it to speed 4, and then I'm going to spin it back because I'm going to talk to you. Now, what this is actually doing is it's thickening. 80 degrees is a thickening temperature. If you had your favorite ice cream recipe because you've bought an ice cream churner, which, by the way, I have a churner, but I realized in the moment of getting ready for today that when we did the renovations, I've put it somewhere. And so that, you know how with the churner, you freeze the inner, the little inner thing, and then that's what churns in the 20 minutes it churns it up. I'm regretting the fact that that's not in the chest freezer right now. I don't know where it is, but that's okay. I'm going to do what the ingredients say. It does say it takes hours. I've got a quick freeze on my freezer, so I'm going to put it in a tray and put it in there. But ideally, if I want it fast, I would use my churner and have that pre-frozen ready for that. So my goal when I get off this today, before I go on to my rest of my jobs that I wanted to do this morning, is I'm going to go find that part that goes in the freezer so I can set that up so that next time I need to make ice cream, today it's a need, it's become a need, I'll be able to do that. But 80 degrees is custard, which really ice cream is a custard. Yeah, it's an egg custard that then we set. So if you ever do have leftover custard, turn it into popsicles, like your Billabong ice blocks, those sorts of things. What this thickening mode, so we could use thickening mode instead of this, which cooks to 80 degrees, is used for things like white sauce. It's made for curds and butters, so your lemon curd, passion fruit butters, those sorts of things are all things that get up to that 80 degrees to thicken. That's exactly what it's for. And you'll see if you ever use manually the thickening mode, I'm just looking for it over here, and scroll down. Mine's at the bottom, yours might be somewhere else. It looks like a little gravy boat. Gravy is a thickening mode as well. But you could use, if you've got, like when I bought that ice cream maker, it had its own recipe book. You could use those and put them in and then use thickening mode to cook it. Okay, so just a little tip. But as of today, we are carless. So we are a 1-car family and have been since our caravan travel days when we didn't need the car and we got rid of the second car and we just had our 4-wheel drive. And it's through an error code, which means we can't drive it, which means a flatbed truck to 45 minutes away to the dealership, and it is under warranty, and we think it's a known fault, and so it'll all be sorted, you think, except the parts aren't available for potentially 6 months. So today has been hectic trying to sort out life. Thankfully, a lot of our things that we do, we are in bike riding distance too. We do have a camping trip next Thursday planned. Not sure that yet what's going to happen. And thankfully, my in-laws have allowed us to, our friends are giving us a car tonight and we're driving down to my in-laws to grab their car because they're away. So thankfully, we are very grateful that we will have a run around while we figure out what to do and how long it's going to take. I'm waiting on the phone call. So nothing today went to plan at all. Nothing that was on my to-dos, nothing my cooking. This was not on the to-dos for this afternoon. I had other stuff I wanted to bring to you this morning. Nothing. Everything got sidelined. You know those days? That's how it feels. So hence we are on a sugar-loaded afternoon tea of ice cream. Okay, and this is the beauty of Thermomix. It's like yesterday I said, why not? Why not make waffle cones? You know, and this is the great thing about the Thermomix. I was able to just open the fridge and go, oh, that's, you know, I've got this. I can swap that. I feel like this. I can't get to the shops anyway. Well, I can get on my bike, okay? I could ride to the shops. Except it's also, sorry about the flies, guys, it's also plover season and magpie season. And we have some really mean birds. I know, because they like my neighbour and take to nesting in their yard. And then whenever they try and come out and go to the clothesline or the shed, these things have 3 little babies that look like little cotton buds on sticks, these plovers, and they bomb-dog them. So I'm not keen. I mean, if I'm desperate, I'll ride my bike to, like, the kids have basketball tomorrow and things like that. But it's the wrong season to be out bike riding as we're getting into the hot weather and it's spring and all the birds are out. Like the poor postie, I was driving the other day back from the kids' event and he was getting attacked by this magpie. And then another one started. And I'm like, this is not the time you want to become a postman either. So anyway, it's one of those days. Tomorrow will be a new day. Hopefully we'll have a bit of a plan. Hopefully we'll hear back from the dealership as to if it is the long-term wait for a part. We're a bit concerned it might be, but crossing our fingers that it's not. Because we don't want a second car if we can help it. Like we don't have a need at this stage. Our oldest is not quite at driving age. We've always said before he is, we would get him one to learn in because ours is a big, Land Cruiser. You don't want to learn to drive a Land Cruiser. Well, maybe they do, but I don't think that's the best idea. So anyway, we will see how we go. I'll keep us up to date. But hence the reason we are making ice cream today. So 30 seconds to go. It has started to thicken. What I am wondering, and it's a hindsight thought because I'm obviously a little flustered today, I wonder if that cream cheese chunks are gone away. So to get rid of them properly, and I've also turned the speed down, it's got 15 seconds to go, I'm just going to accelerate the Thermomix and make it blitz those chunks down, okay? So just up to say speed 6. Chances are it had melted them down, but being 80 degrees, being they were, like I think I quartered that block, yeah, maybe not. So I just wanted to quickly, and that's my thinking behind it, okay? So can you believe it's done? So pour the mixture into a shallow freezable container and place it on the bench for half an hour to cool. That's because they don't want you to warm up your freezer. And then put it in the freezer. And it says for 8 hours. As I said, mine's got a quick freeze. I am regretting not having the churner frozen, but I'm going to do that. Clean and dry the mixing bowl because I would put it in the churner and in 20 minutes it would be done, okay? Cut the ice cream then into pieces. Place the ice cream pieces into the mixing bowl and it blends for 20 seconds. Now I will come back and show, and you'll see this on YouTube. The second part's going to come on YouTube shortly. Those of you on Facebook, you're not going to hang around while it chills. that's not how we go. So yeah, if you want to see that second step, keep an eye out on YouTube later on this evening. You would have seen when I made the Macca's ice cream, I froze that in a big A4 Glad bag flat. That worked brilliantly as well. I just don't have any left. Okay, so I'm literally getting a glass big dish, some baking paper. You can line it with Glad wrap if you preference. I just don't like using plastic when I can help it, when there's an alternative. And we literally pour this in, and I wonder if I can turn this around. I'm going to pour this in. You can see it doesn't become very thick. It's probably only, like their picture looks really quite chunky. It's, I reckon, a centimetre. So it's not very thick at all. That's why it doesn't take too long to actually get cold and set, because it isn't hugely thick. It kind of aerates and stuff. Oh, it's a bit warm. It's tasty though. It aerates and puffs up as we re-whip it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the ice cream custard mix. Okay, so yes, that's it for me today. I'm going to go out and paint the fence. That was my job for today. Well, not my job for today, but one of the things on my to-dos. Paint the fence, I know. So I'm going to go do that this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon with whatever you're doing. Let me know if I can help you with your Thermomix. I do normally have my phone not too far away. So if you have questions, if you're making recipes, you're like, hey, can I use this instead of that in a recipe? And you're not confident, then just let me know. I'd love to help. But otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now. Okay, welcome back. It's time to finish off this ice cream. So we're up to the step where it says to actually cut, where are we? Here we go. Cut the ice cream into 4 centimetre pieces. Now maybe I haven't left my ice cream long enough, but mine looks a bit like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of like, I nearly don't feel like I need to churn it. But for the sake of showing you how the recipe plays out, I will churn it. I reckon I could have, and maybe, as I said, maybe I need to leave it longer, but I feel like I could have pretty much run a ice cream scoop through that and it would have been amazing, okay? So, I'm glad I put the baking paper under it. You can see it made it easier to deal with, yeah? So next, sorry, I've just wiggled you there. Place the ice cream pieces into the bowl, insert the lid, And then it wants us to put, oh, it wants a measuring cup in place. I thought it wanted the spatula, but not yet. Okay, 20 seconds on speed 9. Let's spin that up. I'm just going to put this in the bin and rinse my hands. All right, let's have a look. It's whipping, but there's a big chunk in there, okay? So it's kind of, there is still a chunk. I probably should have broken it up just a little bit more than I have. Yeah, possibly should have broken up a bit more. To preview the next step, view the video or image and click next to proceed. So they're going to tell us to put the spatula in. I do love the videos. They do make it a lot easier, especially when there's like a butterfly step or something like that. We don't have a butterfly step. It's okay. 10 seconds, speed 4, up we go, and we're going to wiggle it around to make sure we get rid of those lumps. Okay? Ours is really okay. I'm not too worried. Okay, let me grab, there's been a bit of rearranging happening in here. Chopping boards went out to do pizza, and so things are being moved around. It says to freeze it. However, I wonder if it's right. Let's have a go. Oh, it's very, very, very thick shake-like, but I don't think the kids will mind, do you? It does say to freeze it for 8 to 9 hours, okay? So I actually think, in hindsight, I could have got that first one out, and I could have just rolled my scoop through that, and it would have been beautiful. You can see at this point in time, it's nice and runny. Would that be a good word to use? However, I do want to taste it. So, look at this. Ice cream everywhere. So they do say to set it, yeah? But, oh my goodness. It is delicious. Okay, I know it looks like a running mess to you guys right now. Keeping it real in my kitchen. But that is amazing. If you like honey, if you like that natural flavor, that I would highly recommend. I'm just keeping it over there because it's running out the bottom, okay? So recommendation, goes in a pan, gets refrozen, and then you use, then it says to use it. So serve once frozen. All right, my kids are not going to wait for this. They're going to eat this afternoon. I suspect it'll be in a bowl with the cone on top. Keep an eye out for the photo. Those of you on YouTube, you've already seen the photo. It was the cover image. But if I can help you with anything regarding your Thermomix, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Give this recipe a go. It is one that needs a little bit of time in advance, or you need a churner, yeah, to actually churn it to thicken it. Otherwise, you need a day in advance to get it done, or even 2 days in advance. So if you're making it for an event, it would be perfect. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'm going to get this into bowls for the kids, and I'll take your photo, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.